Hey guys, we're here at Sabella Studios. I'm I'm the main web developer here, and I was recently lucky enough to purchase this Watkins Copicat Mk IV, which we're going to compare head to head with the Watkins Copicat Mk I that Jim owns in the studio, and with the MXR Carbon Copy. Jim, do you want to give us a sound sample?
Yeah, we're going to give you a sound sample. The interesting thing is that when Constantine got this, I had no idea that he really got it, and he was like surprised with it, and I was like excited also, because mine's a tube version, this is a solid state one. I have to say, it's pretty cool. And when we plugged it into my little Gibson amp over here, we went, whoa, it sounds so much better than we thought it was going to sound. So we're going to give you a little bit of a taste of each one right now. What's the level on this right now? What are we on? Short delay, a long delay? What can this unit do for us?
Right now, the sustain is about halfway. The swell, which is basically the level of the delay, is 2/3.
So, and if we turn it more to regenerate, what happens? Give a little more to it. Let's see. This is the one, they call it the halo setting. Delay, you sort of hear the tubes working a little bit better, maybe, as far as on the solid state one. The solid state one's cleaner, by all means. I'm going to go to the echo setting, see what this does to it. Get an idea what that one is. I hear a lot more warmth in this one. You hear the same thing, guys? Opposed to coming from the MXR. Then we have the one that repeats, and now. I'm on the repeat channel only. we're going to use the MXR Carbon Copy. This little box contains all this information over here, self-contained, and it's pretty cool. It's definitely easier to deal with. It's a great unit, very portable for the gigs. But let's see if we hear a difference in the actual tonality on this one right now. Same type of setting. Now, this is much more versatile, would you say, right?
Yeah.
We can do a number of things, which the public knows what it does. Much longer delay. You show us with that, right, Constantine? Now the main thing here is, while we're doing this, we do hear a little bit of a sonic difference between the units, and that's what we're doing right here. I notice this sounds great, but in here, what we're hearing is a little more dynamic, I would say, expansion on the tape delays. It gives the sound a little bit more compression, or expands a little bit more than the digital one, which is, again, great, but... different. Okay, now is that these units are tape. This is a piece of tape right here, an actual piece of analog tape. It's a loop. It's kind of primitive, but it works. And if you listen real carefully, you can hear it regenerating the tape around and around. Do you have any such? Pick up that one over there, Constantine. No. The tape.
Oh, tape.
Okay. Yeah. So here's a piece of the tape that's actually in the loop. That's all this really is. And back in the day, they just took some record heads and developed this little tape delay.
So, the idea is very simple. You have tape going around. The original ones erase. First you would record, then that would go through a series of playheads. So this one has 3 playheads, and through these buttons you can select which playheads are activated or deactivated. So right now you would have none of them playing back, and you can select any 1, 2, or all 3. Then it would go around. The original models just had a magnet on the arm that would erase it. The newer models, the Mk IV and 5, I believe, installed an erase head, and then record head, and the tape just goes around, keeps getting erased and re-recorded on.
What's also fun on this unit, and most of them, is a little preamp stage, which you can really feed into the amp and get a little more gain if you like that sort of thing. this up, basically what we used here was an old Gibson amp that we had worked in the studio with for a while, just for fun. And here is the Watkins tube delay, one of the early ones. And then this is the Watkins solid state tape delay. Again, folks, tape. It's an analog device with tubes, and this is an analog device with solid state components. And I might add, they were pretty good in here. And then, of course, we have the MXR Carbon Copy, which is a great unit out there from MXR. They've been a kind of, this had a lot. What it really did, what both these units have, has a lot to add to the sound. And in today's world, with all the home recordings and the digital, you lose a lot, especially when you have like a, when you use like the amp farms or the, not per se them, but the applications for the digital amplifiers.
Everybody has one of those.
You know,
Yeah.
Has one.
Right, it's great and all, but you add this to the mix sometimes, it'll definitely make it sound bigger.
Jim, now that we've heard both the solid state copycat and the valve copycat, what do you think are some of the main differences in terms of sound between the two?
Well, I think the copycat, there's the tubes in them, the blue one over here, feels a little bit warmer to me and a little fuller and a little more compression. Yet, this one has a very cool sound too. It's a little cleaner and quieter and tighter, really, which I kind of like too. So it's nice to have both of them if you want to be greedy. And of course the MXR is great for the gigs. This is definitely, we will say, upkeep, cleaning the heads frequently. Again, in fact, these are on different voltages. They're on 220 opposed to 110. So you need a voltage step-up transformer. And to play certain gigs, it may not be worth it, but
In terms of sound, what type of song would you want to use the Mk I on versus the Mk IV?
that's a very difficult question, but for some strange reason, when I was playing this one just now, I felt more country-ish from that, and more of a rock thing from this. Heavy rock, believe it or not, or blues, but mainly rock. This was a country cool thing. It was cleaner. You know, and also what you were saying before, yeah, if we want to, a lot of sessions come in here and the guys bring their digital stuff in and we say, okay, let's try it, and they gotta get a little super up. This helps out a lot. Again, it's a lot of work sometimes, but we feel something is worth it, and once the client hears it, they sometimes feel the same way.
Well, something
Sometimes.
like tape delay, if a client, would like that on their record, they can request that, right?
They can request it, yeah. Nothing
And-
is, charged for that.
So it's available here at Sabella Studios. Feel free to give us a call. The number will be posted in the description. Give us a call, schedule a free consultation, and learn what Sabella Studios can do for your sound.